I've got Anastasia Beverly Hills' new Modern Renaissance eyeshadow palette to share with you guys today, and I did do a demo with the eyeshadows, which is what's on my face right now, and that'll be towards the end of the video if you guys are interested in it. The packaging on this one has kind of a soft, like velvet type of feel on the outside, kind of like the original Urban Decay palette, maybe a little softer, but I'm already starting to get it dirty. I do like that soft feeling. I think it's quite pretty, but I imagine it's going to get quite dirty. And the size of it is the same exact size as the Anastasia Beverly Hills self-made eyeshadow palette. And a couple people had mentioned the price on it, that she was getting higher on the price, which this is, I paid $42 for this on the Anastasia website, and I have seen it up on the Sephora website as well. But there's 14 eyeshadows in this one in the self-made, and when she first started releasing palettes there were 10, and then she did I think a few with 12, and now there's 14 eyeshadows in here. And the amount of product in each pan is 0.02 ounces. Which isn't a ton of product, but then again, I do think you get quite an array of colors in here and shades, and I don't think that the price tag on this is too bad, especially considering that the eyeshadows work really nicely on the eyes. There's a mirror inside that flips all the way backwards, and then inside you have got your 14 shades, and this does come with the standard Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow brush, which kind of has a flat shader on one side and then a blender on the other. So far, I've used almost every shade in this eyeshadow palette. The one thing I can say about Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes is when you do put a brush in there, they tend to kick up some product, especially those matte shades, and you can get a little bit of fallout with them, but they're really soft eyeshadows, and even though they're soft, they're still substantial, and they have nice pigmentation to them, so they're not like soft and thin where they're just gonna like blend into nothingness. They've got a nice consistency to them, and I kind of feel that way about all my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes. I tend to really enjoy the looks that come out of them, but they just get a little messy in the palette, and then I'll get some fallout, but it brushes right off my face. It's worth a mention that this palette doesn't have a matte highlight shade. The shade Tempera has got like a sheen to it, but it's not overpowering. It's what's underneath my brow today. I thought, you know, it might be a little bit too shiny, but it's a nice subtle type of a sheen, but there isn't a solid matte highlight in this particular palette. And then I did look online at her singles to see what shades were available, if any of them were available from this palette, and the only 3 shades that I found on the website were Buon Fresco, which would be this color, which is a really pretty color, Burnt Orange, and then Warm Taupe, which all 3 of those are matte. So those are the only ones that I found in the singles on the website. And then I did notice also on the website that it says Anastasia Beverly Hills' first permanent palette. So I don't believe this is a limited edition, which is good because I kind of feel like I'm going to be using this a lot. Here is the palette up close, and then it does have a sticker on the back with the product information. And then inside you've got your mirror, and then here are your 14 eyeshadows. Matte shades in here are Buon Fresco, Love Letter, Cypress Umber, Raw Sienna, Burnt Orange, Red Ochre, Warm Taupe, and Realgar. This one here, I thought it was a matte, but it does have a sheen to it. That's what I used underneath my brow. And then Golden Ochre, I thought that was kind of matte too, but if you really look, you can see some fine like shimmer in there, but it's not going to come off real shiny at all. Venetian Red and Antique Bronze have some also really fine shimmers in there, but it's not overpowering. And the ones that I found to be quite shimmery are Primavera and Vermeer, which I have Primavera on my eyelid today. We'll start with Tempera and Golden Ochre. Then we'll do Vermeer and Buon Fresco. Next is Antique Bronze, which I do have that on the outer portion of my lid, and Love Letter. Next up we have got Cypress Umber, which is in my crease, and Raw Sienna. And then burnt orange, which I used just a little bit of that in my upper crease today. And then Primavera, which I used on the inner portion of the lid. And then red ochre and Venetian red. And then these last two are warm taupe, which I used to blend out the crease today, and realgar, which is like a pretty orange color. Yesterday I had used a bunch of those berry tones and the look came out so pretty. Like, I felt like when I swatched them just now on camera, they looked kind of a little bit sheer, but when I packed them on, they build and they blend, which is something that I really like about an eyeshadow formula. But I'm probably going to get a lot of use out of it all summer, and I'm kind of excited that this is, according to the website, that it is a permanent palette, because some of the colors in here are absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you're interested in seeing these eyeshadows perform, you can hang tight and we'll get into it right now. Using a flat shader from Hakuhodo, I'm going to go into the shade Primavera, which is right there. I'm going to put that on the inner half of the lid. Gold. Then using the same brush, I'm going to dip into Antique Bronze, and I'm going to put that on the outer portion and fade it into that gold. Little bit of fallout here. Then using a Chikuhodo GSN 9, I'm going to go into Cypress Umber, which is one of the mattes. It's like a deep matte brown color. Put that in the crease. Using a Hakuhodo J5523, I'm going to go into the warm taupe shade, and I'm going to start to blend out the Cypress Umber with that guy. Then using a Chikuhodo eyeshadow brush, I'm going to go into Tempera, and I'm going to put that one underneath the brow. It does have a bit of a sheen to it. I'm going to use this Chikuhodo GSN 10 and just dip into a little bit of the burnt orange, like just a little bit. I'm going to put this through here. And then one more time with that, the highlight brush I used. There is the eyeshadow done. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my eye makeup, and I'll be right back to put on some lips for you guys. I'm going to line my lips using Charlotte Tilbury's Lip Sheet in the shade Iconic Nude, which is kind of a brown tone. And then to fill them in, I'm going to use two shades of the Bite Beauty. These are the matte lip creams, and I've got Blanc, which is a white, and the other shade is Pastille, P-A-S-T-I-L-L-E. Everything will be listed down below that's on my face today. But I mixed these two yesterday, and oh, the color, because I wore the berry tones out of the palette. It was so beautiful with that. But I'm going to use, this is Pastille. I'm just going to put some of that on and And then I'm going to go in with Blanc, which is the white one. And then kind of use my finger to mush them together. They just make the most pretty color. There's the overall finished look using Anastasia Beverly Hills' new Modern Renaissance palette. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.